Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back once again. Today's story begins with a deserted cave where someone can be felt inside. Before we can know what it is, the scene shifts to two sisters, the elder one being Abby and the younger one being Beth. Both were very close to each other. But after their mother's death a few months ago, they became very depressed. However, now things are fine. Their dad has also returned from the army. But this family feels that someone has cast an evil eye on them. Because one day Abby finds out that she has last-stage cancer and she can leave this world at any time. However, Beth is not one to give up because she did not want to lose another member. She took them to a doctor who advised them to take them to a big hospital. Because here we can only give you assurances. Apart from that, we can do nothing. But to go to a big hospital, money was needed, which they do not have. That is why Beth now tells her father that she's going to choose a high-paying job. But her father refuses this job because he cannot lose his second daughter too. But Beth decides that she will go because she cannot let her die like this. Actually, in countries outside this place, there are some jobs which are very risky. Although this is also there in our United States. But here a lot of people do that work. This work was to search in the uranium mine project to find out where such substances can be found. After some time, Beth gets a job there. Then we are able to see that mine which was in a deserted area far away from the city, where Beth is working with one of her colleagues, Adam. But there was nothing special here that could give them a bonus. That's why Beth says that we should go towards the forest. Maybe we can find something there. But Adam refuses because the place is very close to the Russian border, and if they see us, they will shoot us. So we will work wherever we find a place. But Beth is not ready to agree. Still, she agrees to his words, but Beth needs money, and she has to take risks for it. That's why day after day she goes alone through the forest with a gun. But as soon as she takes a few steps in the forest, she starts feeling this scary silence that is scaring her every moment. It seems as if there is someone around who is watching her again and again. Then Beth's eyes went to a stone, which was very strange. Finding something like this here was beyond her imagination. She kept it with her and brought it to the base and started checking it to find out what it was. After doing some research, she found out that there was a black stone inside, which it seemed as if there was a human life, because its temperature was 37 degrees. A stone has no temperature. She could not find anything more than this. Then she gets a call from her dad, who tells her that a doctor has given up because she is in a lot of pain. That is why I am bringing her home. At least she will be able to die peacefully at home. His words pierced Beth like an arrow. She left all her work and went straight to her home. It was good luck that Adam told her that a helicopter is going to leave in a while. Then you sit in that helicopter. But is her luck really so good? Only time will tell us this. Now she sat in the helicopter. She had the black stone with her and was worried about Abby. She was worried that something might happen to her. Meanwhile, the pilot tells her that they will have to go through the fog route because the Russian military is on the other side. If they see them, it can be a problem. Now, they follow the fog route. But after some time, Beth sees a flock of birds flying outside. But she could not digest this because birds that can fly so high have never been born till date. And that too, so many birds flying together. How is this possible? She was in this dilemma when the whole flock starts coming towards them, due to which all of them collide with the chopper, in which the pilot loses balance. Although he tried a lot, in the end what was feared happened. The helicopter crashed in that deserted, dense forest. Only one pilot survived, who was half alive, and only one Beth, who was fine, but now she is remembering what her dad had said. He had forbidden her to go, but she did not listen to him. If he comes to know now, then in such circumstances he will die while living. Now Beth went to the injured pilot and told him in gestures to ask for help from someone on the radio. But there was no one to hear their voice. On the other side there was a silent bus, which is now slowly finishing them. Beth came out and looked around. God knows in which place these people had crashed. No one knows anything. First of all, she lights a fire near the helicopter so that the wild animals do not come near. But when she woke up in the morning, she saw that now the injured pilot has also died. That means now only she is left alone in this place. On the second day, she does not understand what to do, where to go, and that is why she slept there. But on the third day, she realized that if she remained lying here like this, she would die of cold, and that is why she collected some things, in which she also found a gun with the pilot. She found a compass. Along with some first aid items, there is also a map, which can prove useful for her. After looking in it, she found out that the nearest town to her is about 110 kilometers away. It is not close, but there is hope, and so she decides to move towards it. But as soon as she comes out, she hears a voice from the walkie-talkie of the chopper. So she runs to him, and on speaking to him, she finds out that the person on the other side is also as worried as her, because his helicopter has also crashed, which is a very surprising thing. Two helicopters crashing together is quite strange. John tells that everyone has been killed, but only he is alive. That is why now Beth asks, "Where are you right now?" "I will come to you." I am sure that he will be somewhere around here, because the radius of the satellite phone does not go very far. But John forbids her not to come here, because it is dangerous. But Beth has already taken a lot of risk. So what is the big deal? She reached the same location, but she did not know anything properly. But yes, she definitely knew that when he was about to crash, he first saw a lake, so it is possible that he is around it. Now Beth explained to her that she should not panic. She just has to pray that she finds him soon. It is possible that someone comes to help them soon. Once again, Beth left, but this time she chose another direction, which was taking her towards the lake. But this path is a bit difficult because it has a lot of climb. But still, she just kept walking. After walking like this for a long time, it was about to get dark, and that is why she built a small house there. She decided to spend the night in it. But that night, due to heavy rain, the cold had increased a lot. During this time, Beth takes out the same black stone from her bag and starts looking at it. Then she feels that when she is touching it, some strange patterns are being formed on it, which surprises her a lot. Well, now when the morning comes, she starts her journey again. But now there is a steep mountain in front of her, due to which it is becoming very difficult to walk like this. That is why she stops in between and takes some rest. During this time, she and John keep talking continuously, in which both of them keep talking about themselves. Like Beth had come here for her sister because she was in dire need of money. On the other hand, John said that he is a geologist. He likes to explore such places. But this crash is completely beyond her understanding. Hearing this, Beth also starts thinking that how can two choppers crash at the same time? And that too so close. Now the mountain on which Beth was walking was completely straight, and that is why she was having a lot of difficulty in keeping her feet. Then she pulled out that stone again. Then she saw that it was changing into the shape she wanted to give it. That is, it was taking the same shape. That is why she now thought of climbing up with the help of that, which she also succeeds in doing. After reaching the top, she saw the same lake in front of her which John had mentioned. So maybe it is possible that she is around that. But before going, she made a big arrow there, so that if any plane or helicopter passes from here, then she gets to know. When she looked through her binoculars, she saw the same flock of birds again in front of her, and along with that an army base in the distance, seeing which she thought that maybe those people would help them. But by then John told her that she was going in the wrong direction. He is not there. The place where she is now is a Russian area. So she has to retreat immediately, or else they will kill her. Beth got scared on hearing this and immediately started running back in panic. In this hurry, her foot slips and she falls straight down and injures her leg. But she did not stop and just kept walking. After going some distance, she saw a deserted village where there were no humans and no caste. Although there were many houses, but looking at them it seems as if someone has destroyed all of them in one go. But Beth has to rest now. That is why she goes inside and rests a bit. When she searches for food, she finds 2 rotten eggs. She eats them raw and then goes to sleep. The very next moment she hears a sound. Maybe someone is coming near her. On looking out of the window, she found out that it was a soldier. So she immediately locked the gate and hid there with a gun for her own safety. But that man sees her and enters the house. So Beth shoots him in the hand. But later she found out that this man is also lost like her, and a man named Ivan is guiding him. He is talking to him on the walkie-talkie. But the strangest thing is that this soldier also has the same black stone which Ivan has. He is actually none other than John. Yes, who is playing with both of them. When Beth found out, she said with great regret that you both were my favorites. But now the game is spoiled. Beth throws away the walkie-talkie in anger. And when her anger subsided, she helped the injured soldier, although he is not able to understand what she is saying. But still Beth tries to explain him that the stone which she has is exactly the same as the one she found in the jungle. It is possible that the story of both of us is connected to this stone. But first we have to go to a safe place. If you take me to the base, I will help you. The soldier agrees. Badshaw is fine. They were not able to understand this. But he knew that he needed Beth and he would not be able to do anything without her. Both of them started walking shoulder to shoulder. Meanwhile, Beth was still connected to John because she would find out who he was and what he wanted from her. Both of them were moving forward. But now a huge frozen lake came in front of them in which the soldier suddenly fell. By the time his screams reached Beth's ears, it was too late because he had already drowned in the water. But still Beth ran, and in this process her foot also fell on an active ice and she fell down in the water. If she had also died here, then everything would have ended. That is why she tried to save her life. But even now John tried to talk to her, and being fed up she removed the battery of the walkie-talkie and threw it away. Even after that she could hear his voice. Her whole body was shivering with cold because she was wet. On top of that, the weather was also bad here, so she thought of warming herself up and quickly took off everything. Slowly, her body started turning black. Due to this, her heartbeat also slowed down. Due to this, she fainted there. But suddenly her eyes opened because she just heard the sound of a helicopter. She ran towards it but could not even reach it because she no longer had the strength to call it by shouting. Suddenly her foot slipped. She fell into the cave. Yes, this is the same cave that we saw in the beginning of the story. Inside it was a pool of hot water in which Beth's body is now floating. But not just hers. There was another body inside which the same strange stones resided. That body was of John Fisher, who is a soldier. Yes, the same John with whom she was talking. When Beth regained consciousness, she was in a dark place surrounded by the same stones which were flying in the air. Seeing them, Beth understood that the thing which had hit the helicopter was not a flock of birds, but these very stones. Suddenly John's voice came which told that he was also a survivalist like her, who had been lost here for 55 years. When Beth saw his body which had turned into stone, John told her that he was dying, but then he gave everything to them until today he is alive, and now it is her turn. Actually, friends, these stones were of some advanced alien technology or were an advanced life form which was adamant to live, and for this they need a human body. To keep themselves alive, it may be a mistake of some experiment, or it may also be that they themselves had come to Earth thousands of years ago, and now Beth also had to do the same thing. But she refused because she had to go to her home. Then she saw her house where her sister was absolutely fine. But she knows that this is just an illusion created by that advanced system in which she is not going to get trapped. That system is forcing her to surrender herself. However, in return her sister can get well. But now Beth has also understood that death cannot be stopped. Whatever is written in one's fate will happen. She opened the door of her house. There was a strong storm outside. During this time, she heard some movement which made us realize that maybe she has been rescued. When she woke up after 4 days, she was at a friend's house who told her that she has been rescued. She was a little surprised to hear this. Now she would have to go to her sister, who was on her last breaths. Her father was also standing there. Both of them realized that this was all that was left. And that is why they hugged Abby, and within a few moments, she left this world. We see some stones placed on the windows of that hospital, and boom, the story ends with this scene. But it left a question that what would you have done if you were there? Would you have sacrificed your life for someone close to you, or would you have accepted that if death has to come to someone, it will come? No one can stop it, and this is the biggest truth of the world. Well, how did you like the story? Please tell us by commenting. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.